So I was on YouTube yesterday and I saw that Hex Speaks dropped a video. It was his first one in 12 days. And he was asking about just ideas because, as someone in a similar niche, I know how difficult it can be to come up with content, specifically when you're doing well in life. And I'm not, and he is. So I was like, hey, man, why don't you just kind of take what happened to me and make a video? And I didn't think he would, but he did. And man, you guys have got to go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description because you probably want to watch that before this one. But if you don't, that's cool too. So I'm just going to kind of give my reaction. So shout out to Heck for being reasonable with it. He didn't like attack the girl because I know a lot of people are kind of quick to do that around this circle. Is it's like all women's fault? Not entirely. I mean, let's see if I can be smart for once in my life. Hypergamy. Women are hypergamous creatures, and they're gonna go for their best option. And if you read the comments, a lot of people were saying that, yeah, she probably did like you, but you just weren't her best option. And that might not make sense, but I kind of believe it. I mean, I truly believe that, like, if somebody ghosts you, I know it's easy to be like, yeah, they're just not interested. They don't like you. I mean, what if someone better is the thing too. So, and I think that's ultimately what happened to me. And no hard feelings. I did send the girl the video. I don't know if she'll watch it, but I thought that was kind of funny. And it's not to be petty or anything because no one is sitting up here and bashing her, like I said. But I'll say this, and I know I've mentioned it in my videos a couple of times. The worst thing about when something like this happens is that you got to start over. 3 months isn't a long time to talk to someone, but you start to open up, they open up, you learn about each other, and then it's like you got to kind of restart, and you've got to learn just everything about them. And you know in the back of your mind that one day it could be going great, and then one day you could be gone, you could be blocked, you could be ghosted. And it makes me not want to pursue women to this point. But I always stand on, I just think that's the wrong decision. I mean, I'm the type of person that I haven't been on a date since last March, so almost a year. Haven't had sex in a year, little actually over a year, like early January last year, and I still try. And man, that jester meme is all that's coming to my mind right now. Is my mic recording? All right, cool. Yeah, it is. That jester meme of just the jester and then the queen back in, I think it was like the medieval times. That's how I feel, is like entertaining girls. And I will say this, man. I don't always just make excuses. I think my problem, I don't think it's the way I look. I think my problem is I'm just not aggressive and assertive enough. And I don't know if Cyrus is listening, but he kind of alluded to this earlier, is that he doesn't even know me, but it's actually the truth. So when you talk to someone enough, you kind of learn their tendencies. And there are girls that are actually interested in me, but I can be my own worst enemy. So I kind of just need to sit down and come up with a game plan about how to fix this issue. Because when I go out, I do get approached by girls and they show interest. But then it's like, once I know that I'm kind of doing well, I just sabotage myself. So I feel like that's an easy fix. Now, in terms of dating apps, that's where looks kind of, you can't just deny it. I mean, I don't think I have the looks to do well in dating apps, but I did speak to someone who is very advanced, gets a ton of matches, has taken courses and stuff. Say what you want about courses, but he knows what he's talking about. And he picked out three of photos that he approved of, the other three he did not. Technically, I have four, but one of them has a girl, like, I'm holding a girl in it, and like, I don't. That's probably not a good pick, but like, it does show social context. And then if you look good in the pic, so one's fine, but you can't have two. So that, unfortunately, like, I do have a lot of pics with girls, but you can't really post on dating apps because they're just gonna think like it's your ex or you're still talking to them, like you're not available. So I do need to do a photo shoot, and that kind of brings me into my next point. I think so. The main problem is that I'm just not assertive enough. Like, you got to be masculine, you got to be dominant. And I don't mean like the red pill terms. I mean, like, you have to lead. You have to lead, be able to lead, man. Like, you're a man. The second problem is my location. But the biggest problem outside of those is my hair. You see, this is what I hate, bro. No, I love my community, but they screwed me, bro. Because they told me to cut my hair off, and then when I cut my hair off, they were like, "Oh, you should grow it out." Like, when you cut your hair off after, and I had my grown my hair for 3 years. So right now, my last haircut was August 6th. Today's what, January 29th. So I'm not a math guy. Like I don't know, less than 6 months for growing hair is basically nothing. In order for me to get braids like down to here, another year because I've done it twice. So we're talking about, and I'm not saying I need to get braids, but I know someone wanted me to get cornrows. I actually don't know anything about cornrows. I've been kind of contemplating getting them. To this point, I'm just letting my hair grow. I mean, you guys can see it does not look great. And also my facial hair, like everything's just kind of growing. And the reason it's doing that is because, well, if you saw the video Heck made, I mean, I actually was keeping up to date with the way I looked, but then I don't talk to that girl anymore, and I just have not had much interest in going and kind of starting over. Now I have been hanging out with a girl and her friends and like sometimes more girls, but it's just like, oh, we're just friends is the thing. Even though, I mean, we're friends, but like, it's kind of complicated, man. I'm not gonna get into that because like, there's certain things I'm not gonna talk about on Swag Yell, and that's one of them is kind of what's going on with that. But yeah, basically, I guess to kind of like reiterate everything, I mean, people can relate. It's the thing. Like sometimes you don't really need to talk. You just have to give an example, and then people are gonna understand where you're coming from. There's not very many guys, especially in this circle, that are doing well with dating. I mean, not to say that everyone's struggling, no one's not accomplishing anything because there are people that are, but like the bottom line is that this is just the worst time ever in our. I mean, maybe not ever, but it's definitely one of the worst times to date. And you look at like my parents, for example, they met at work when they were teenagers, like 18, 19, fell in love. And that's kind of how it used to be is you only found people at school or on your in your neighborhood or at work. And now it's like, oh, well, you got access to people all across the world and guys are trying to get your attention and it's just they're picking their best option. Like I said, they're hypergamous creatures. I think I'm saying that word correctly. I need some coffee, man. It's my first video of the day. By the way, guys, I make like 5 videos a day, and if I start off with Swag Yell, it's always gonna be shit because usually at Swag Yell, it's like one of the last videos, and I'm like warmed up, but I'm not warmed up. So yeah, I mean, something I kind of didn't mention is that, man, like I tried to make it seem like she was. I mean, she didn't do anything wrong necessarily, but kind of when you definitively lost, that's when they start to get the attitude because obviously like women are smart, man. Say what you want about them, they're smart and they know what a guy is trying to get from them. And if you don't, especially like an idiot like me, you spent 3 months on it and accomplished literally nothing, they're gonna let you know. And that was probably the worst thing was just kind of having to hear that after all that time. And it's not like I was constantly texting her and trying like doing everything I can. I mean, there were days that we didn't talk. We'd go a week without talking. I'm doing shit, man. Like I know people look at the videos from Swag Yell and they spin a narrative and it's like this guy's obsessed with dating, he's a simp. I mean, yeah, I'm looking for love just like the next guy, but I have shit going for me, right? I've got a bunch of businesses that I'm running and I'm trying to save up money and trying to move into a place. And I have a video coming when I'm ready to talk about it, but there's going to be a setback from that. Just dumb decision after dumb decision. It's not just dating financially. It's always been my biggest thing. It's just spending money on stuff I do not need to spend it on. But I do think that this is going to be the turning point of my life. I mean, eventually, you'd think that I'd have to figure it out. And if it met a girl that I like, not wanting anything to do with me, literally wasting almost everything I have, I mean, I think this is when it's going to start to click. And I'm feeling very, very optimistic about the future. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video.